Update, guys. Please pray for Goodluck Jonathan. He has been trapped in Guinea-Conakry in the last 24 hours. Now, for those of you who are not aware, recall that in the last 24 hours, the military took over power in one of the poorest nations of the world, which happens to be the transit point of drug traffickers in Africa, Guinea-Conakry. Recall that during the presidential election, there were rumors that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had dual citizenship, one of them from Nigeria and the second one from Guinea-Conakry, which happens to be where most of the drug barons always operate from by virtue of their location. Now, just a few hours ago, the military took over power after incumbent president declared himself to be the winner of the presidential election alongside the opposition candidate also declaring himself. So the military immediately took power, held down the two presidential candidates, and as I speak to you now, they have shut down the internet, they have shut down the borders, and nobody is moving. Now, how did Goodluck Jonathan come into this? Goodluck Jonathan went to Guinea-Conakry to observe the election by virtue of the position he holds as an advisor in West Africa. But as I speak to you now, he has not been able to leave the shores of that country because their borders have been shut and the internet has been shut. Now let me give you a full quick of how Newsweek put it. Former President Jonathan trapped in Guinea-Bissau as military suspends electoral process, announces takeover. Now, the former leader who arrived in the country earlier in the week ahead of the West African Elders Forum Observers Mission is reportedly safe but unable to leave as soldiers shut the country's borders and imposed a national curfew. Former Nigerian President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan has been trapped in Guinea-Bissau following a sudden military takeover that halted the country's electoral process on Wednesday. The former leader who arrived in the country earlier in the week as head of the West African Elders Forum Observers Mission is reportedly safe but unable to leave as soldiers shut the country's borders and imposed a national curfew. The crisis erupted just as international observers and citizens awaited official results from Guinea-Bissau presidential and parliamentary elections held on Sunday. Tension has been high after the two leading candidates, incumbent President Umaro and opposition figure Bias, each prematurely declared themselves winner before the Electoral Commission could announce the result. A group of senior military officers appeared on national television claiming they had seized total control of the state. Now, the coup plotters called themselves the High Military Command of the Restoration of Order, announced the immediate suspension of the electoral process until further notice. They further ordered the closure of all land, air, and sea borders, sealing the country off from external contact. An overnight curfew was imposed, and reports indicate that the military has begun restricting internet access to hinder the flow of information. In a brief phone interview with France 24, President El Balo confirmed that he had been detained by soldiers. I have been deposed, he said. I am currently at the General Staff Headquarters. His statement was the first public acknowledgement that he had lost control of the government. Leaders of the main opposition party and a key political figure in the election was also arrested, according to international observers monitoring the developments on the ground. One of the officials present during the unfolding event said that the coup was being spearheaded by Dennis, the commander of the Presidential Guard. The man supposed to protect the president himself has put the president under arrest. Wow, this is remarkable. Remark underscoring the gravity of the betrayal within the ranks.